We're all aware of time passing and us not being aware of it while it's passing. I think that's something we all talk about. So seeing the sisters, for a lot of people, just gives them the sort of reliable marker that a year has passed. The first picture came because we would go down to visit Bibi's parents on weekends because they lived close to Boston. They lived in Connecticut. And it was kind of boring. There was a lot of socializing and stuff to do, and we were expected to show up for dinner, and I was bored a lot of the time. So I brought books to read, and kind of out of just a kind of friendly desperation, I said one day, I was photographing buildings. I said, let's take a picture. And they said, fine. And they liked it right away because their whole life they'd been lined up to look good and look the same and to smile. That had been their whole experience of photography. And that I was like, no, just give me what you've got. They liked that. That was refreshing to them. And when they saw the picture, they liked it even more. So the next year, it was college graduation for Lori on the right. And they had on dresses, which didn't usually happen. And sure enough, I figured there'd be a lot of chit-chat around that, and it would get boring, so I brought the camera, again in the trunk. And I said, let's take a picture again, because we all liked that picture last year. And so it really was seeing the first two that made me propose to do it forever. That what a year in time could look like would be that. We did have to negotiate the order. Early on in the series, some of the sisters wanted the order not to be the same. Mostly the two on the outside didn't like it that they were on the outside. They wanted to be in the middle, and so my very, very strong instinct would be that they should stay the same. This was maybe after 5 or 6, 7 years. And so the way I solved it was, I said, okay, fine, do it, line up any way you want, do variations, whatever, but then I'm going to take half my way. I'll show everybody the proofs, and then I swear if there's a better picture in your way, we'll consider changing. If not, my way. And so that killed that right away, because there were two that were really good that were my way, and none were any good the other way. So that was just luck. It could have worked the other way. But somehow you've got to be vulnerable. You've got to open, you've got to let yourself feel things. You've got to not keep up your wall, because that's, at least for me, not usually that interesting. I suppose that has to do with the sisters, because I'm asking them to open up as much as they're willing to, and that they're willing to, in varying degrees every year, I suppose is part of what's the drama and interesting. But because it's about a bigger chunk of time than we're used to having in photography. The subject is a bigger chunk of time, one of the subjects. I think it's the longer and bigger that is, the better.